What a huge update for coming out of Las Vegas with this story. We didn't believe a lot of the BS that these two were telling from the beginning. Beautiful baby boy, by the way. These two were lying. You saw it in the interview. We've been talking about this, the AMARI Nicholson story. So we're going to get into this. We're going to give you a really brief update, but nonetheless, got to give you a disclaimer. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And we're getting this update from 8newsnow.com, so thank you for the article. Let me start off by telling y'all this. I told you so. If you pay attention to body language, go back and watch this dude, what's his name? Terrell Rhodes. When him and the mom did this interview in Vegas, caught him outside their front door, and the news people were interviewing them. Watch that interview. I told y'all his body language was all wrong. Go back and watch my original 2 videos on this story. I knew he was lying, and now come to find out, he is now guilty. He pled guilty because you know what? They had overwhelming evidence against him. He is now officially guilty. That is what the update is. But let me give you more of the details. The man accused of killing the toddler, AMARI Nicholson, and then burying his body, entered a guilty plea in court on Thursday, which could put him in prison for several decades. Terrell Rhodes, 30 years old, pled guilty to first-degree murder. That should be an automatic life sentence. They talk about several decades. That should be an automatic life sentence. First-degree murder and assault on a protected person with a deadly weapon. That should be an open and shut case. Rhodes admitted to murdering 2-year-old AMARI Nicholson, his girlfriend's son, in May of 2021, which I'll also keep in mind that the mother is going through the court system also. So keep that in mind. Rhodes appeared in Clark County District Court on Thursday with his defense attorney, Robert Langford, to enter his guilty plea, which stipulates a sentence of 20 years to life. Judge Jacqueline Bluth said that while she does not have to go along with the plea deal, after speaking with attorneys, she intends to go along with the plea deal. Bluth told Rhodes that he could face a life sentence for the murder charge and a sentence of 1 to 6 years for the assault charge. Attorneys can argue at sentencing about whether the charges should run concurrent or consecutive, which I think they need to run consecutive, one right after another. In a previous confession to Las Vegas Metro Police, Rhodes admitted that he killed the boy at the Emerald Suites in the Central Valley near Las Vegas Strip while the boy's mother was out of town, according to detectives. And that whole story was flat out BS. That mother gave the wildest lies you have ever heard. Go back and watch it. Her own mother tried to help her, told her to bring the boy back with her and all of that stuff. And she just refused to do anything that was helpful to her son. Rose said that after the child had urinated on himself, potty training accident, he hit AMARI 3 or 4 times with his fist. The toddler appeared to turn blue and stop breathing, detectives said. Rhodes, the boyfriend, initially reported that a woman claiming to be a family member took the child. He came up with this lying-ass cockamamie story, tried to steal a police gun. We'll show that here in a minute also. He told them that some strange lady took this child, which spurred a community-wide search effort for nearly a week. Rhodes then admitted to investigators that he buried the boy near the Emerald Suites, the 8 News Now investigators first reported. Detectives later found the boy's body in a shallow grave. Rhodes was initially charged with 1 count of first-degree murder for causing Nicholson's death. He was also charged with 2 counts of attempted murder, 4 counts of assault on a police officer with a deadly weapon, which I'll show you all that video here in a second, and 4 counts of resisting a police officer with the use of a firearm after he grabbed a detective's gun while being interviewed on May the 11th of 2021. Rhodes was, so for all of those who say that why would a black man grab a police officer's gun, go for a gun, we've got it on videotape a lot of times that this actually has happened. Now, granted, that doesn't excuse the times where people have been lied on where that doesn't happen, but we have video evidence that black men have been unarmed and done this. So there is factual evidence to point towards that also. Rhodes was scheduled to be sentenced on July the 30th. He remained in the Clark County Detention Center as of Thursday. Rhodes has denied the 8 News Now investigators' repeated requests for an interview. A sentence of 20 years to life would mean Rhodes would be eligible for parole in 2041, excluding time for any additional years added for the other charge. Let me give you guys the fair usage and we'll go through these news videos real quick. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. So do not be alarmed by the video. Warning, sensitive content coming up. If you don't want to watch it, exit the video now. That's your warning. We're all adults here. We can handle it. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think. But just take a look. This is the conscience of a guilty person. I'm going to make this bigger on the screen. I want y'all to see this.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
He's trying to get out the handcuffs, acting like a little baby.
I can't go back. I can't go back.
Relax.
I can't go back.
Where's the hand? Which hand is it?
Got it! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun, dude! Drop the gun!
You got his hand?
No, drop the gun! Drop the gun! Terrell, drop the gun! You're making things worse! All right, Joe, drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! I got his right hand.
Where's the point? You got it?
Got it. Control here!
Give me the gun.
Got it. My wrist! Stay there! Stop resisting there, all right? Stop resisting! Grab the cop's gun. Will you relax? Get patrol here.
I don't have a radio.
A man pleads guilty to killing a toddler. It's a case which struck a chord with many viewers as our 8 News Now investigators uncovered more.
8 News Now, the only local TV station in court to bring you this latest update. Vanessa Murphy has more from the Regional Justice Center in downtown Las Vegas.
This is a case which many hoped would have a different outcome. A child was reported missing, then this turned into a murder case.
I'm going to just tell y'all said the mother didn't know. No, the mother knew. The mother didn't care. The mother lied and tried to cover up for her boyfriend. Go back and watch the beginning of this series, this episode. She knew. That's why I think she needs just as much time in prison. She tried to act like she didn't know. Yes, she knew. She absolutely knew. She chose her boyfriend over her own flesh and blood, her own child.
Now, nearly 3 years later, the killer admitted in open court he murdered the child.
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
30-year-old Terrell Rhodes in court Thursday pleading guilty to first-degree murder and assault on a protected person with a deadly weapon. That's after he lied in May of 2021 during the search for 2-year-old AMARI Nicholson, his girlfriend's son, who he had been babysitting.
What's really sickening is that people is making assumptions, thinking that
I have something to do with it, that I have her manipulated in some way, which that's sickening to me also, because he loves us.
Rhodes confessed to police a couple of days later, saying he hit AMARI numerous times, causing his death, and then buried the child's body near the Emerald Suites here on Paradise. And then during an interview with detectives, he pulls a loaded gun out of Detective Opaldeed's holster. After a struggle,
Stop resisting! Grab the cop's gun, will you relax?
Rhodes is restrained and taken to jail.
Are you Mr. Rhodes?
AMARI's mother, Terrell Nicholson, spoke with the 8 News Now investigators after Rhodes' first court appearance.
I had trust in him, and I would have never fathomed that this would have been the outcome. It's horrible.
Do you have any questions you'd like to ask me before I go and accept your plea? Okay.
Through his guilty plea, Rhodes could face 20 years to life in prison for the murder charge, 1 to 6 for grabbing the detective's gun.
Is it yummy?
All after he took the life of a toddler who many hoped would be found safe and alive. Rhodes is scheduled to be sentenced on July 30th. Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
Rhodes had faced additional charges. They will be dropped as a result of the guilt. And the mother of a toddler allegedly killed by her boyfriend, now arrested on prostitution charges. We are talking about Terrell Nicholson, who faced a judge today. She's
facing prostitution charges. He appears to be a pimp, and she's out here selling ass, from what it appears, and sold her own son out to make her daddy happy.
charged with 3 counts of prostitution and 1 count of possession of a deadly weapon. Police say she offered sex to an undercover detective and had brass knuckles with her at the time. Her boyfriend is charged with killing her 2-year-old son, AMARI. We'll update you on developments regarding his charges in just a moment. After Taylor faced the charges today in court, the judge released her on her own recognizance.
Message to the public is, we miss our baby boy, and if he's watching,
Now, the audio is going to be hard to hear on this, but I want y'all to go back and watch my original video on this, my commentary about body language. You can actually see them standing from head to toe. And one of the things that you'll notice is that he does a lot of that right there. That's what I wanted y'all to see. Him looking down, folded arms, and then her looking over at him instead of looking at the camera. She looked worried as hell and looked like that she was worried about saying anything that would make him upset, because this is how he behaves. Look how he treated police. Look how he treated her son. Probably how he treated her, especially with her being a hoe and a prostitute, allegedly. That's how she was subjected. But that's her own choice. She came with him by choice. She stayed with him by choice. She was offered a chance to leave and chose not to leave. She is not a victim. I want everybody to understand that. All right? Now, go back and watch those videos, but we'll finish up with this one.
The man accused of killing 2-year-old AMARI Nicholson entered a plea in court today. Court records show that Terrell Rhodes agreed to plead guilty to first-degree murder and assault on a protected person. The second charge stems from an in-custody fight for an officer's gun following Rhodes' arrest. Rhodes admitted to murdering 2-year-old AMARI Nicholson, his girlfriend's son, back in May of 2021. The guilty plea agreement states that the parties agreed to 20 years to life for the murder charge, with the possibility of parole after 20 years. Rhodes is due back in court on July 2nd.
So maybe there's a chance that we'll do maybe one more update on this and maybe find out what's going on with the mom's case. And like I said, I think that she needs to face some time for her part in selling out her son to this fool. These babies cannot speak for themselves, nor can they defend themselves against the tyranny of their caretakers. I don't care what the situation is. The child needs to be put first. Anything else outside of that would be uncivilized, like the old commercial used to say. I forget which commercial it was. I think it was a deodorant commercial, whatever. The AFC stands for Advocates for Children. If you guys do not know, we're the AFC. We're going to continue to keep putting these children first. Amari, Young Prince, RIP. We almost are about to get justice. When we finally hear that final gavel in this story, we'll have justice for him, okay? So you guys stay tuned. We'll do probably one more update on this, depending on what happens with the mom, and then we'll go from there. But like I said, eyes looking down, I always knew that he was guilty from the jump. Body language tells us a very, very clear story on this, okay? Thank you.